Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the spectacular Valentine's Day edition. Let's let Air Supply play us in, shall we? That is some baby making shit, is what that is. But that's neither here nor there. Our guest tonight, none other than, and I never thought it would come to this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Power Hour. Alpha Zeta Zeta, Hans Carden, Austin Adams. Hello, boys. How are we this evening? How's the rizz?
Well, Steve, it's Valentine's Day, and instead of spending the night with a lovely lady, I'm talking to you about wrestling. So how do you think I'm doing?
That's a fair point. That is a fair point. Hans, how are you?
Usually on Valentine's Day, pretty grumpy day for me, but I actually spent Valentine's Day weekend with my super attractive, super awesome, super smart girlfriend who lives in another state. So you guys would never see her. And she went to a totally different, and she's not on Facebook.
Completely devoid of social media of any kind.
None.
Is her last name Glass?
No.
There are two people that watch this podcast that got that reference, and you're welcome. Joining us tonight, doing the co-hosting duties, are the amazing Turtle. You know him from the JFW podcast and refereeing wherever you are. Plus, he wrestles too, so he's got a lot of tools in that belt of his. And then joining us also is Missy Sweaters. She is photographer extraordinaire, and I put out the call to get some co-hosting help, and she answered it along with Turtle. We wish C-Red and Cactus Rack well tonight because they are out doing other things. C-Red is doing Valentine's Cupid stuff, and it's Hazel's birthday. So happy birthday, Queen Hazel, and we'll see Rion, Red, and Cactus perhaps next week. But that doesn't take us away from tonight and the Zetas. And listen, we had a lot of fun. At least you had a lot of fun on commentary at the last pro wrestling situation. I'm not sure how much fun I had with it, having to explain you to the IWTV producers and what the hell was going on. But that's neither here.
Wait. We were on IWTV?
Wait. What service were we on?
Internet Wrestling Television. IWTV.
Wait, IWTV.
IWTV.
The IWTV.
It's Netflix for wrestling is what it is.
Wow. So essentially I was on Netflix.
Well, perhaps. I mean, in a weird sort of quasi way, yes, perhaps you were on Netflix.
Nice.
Does that make you feel good?
It makes me feel pretty good. In fact,
does it make you feel less lonely on Valentine's Day is the question.
What was that?
Does it make you feel less lonely on Valentine's Day?
A little bit. Some would say it makes me feel so good that I feel so numb.
Are you quoting song lyrics at this point?
Never.
That's excellent. So I think we all want to know a little bit about Valentine's Day love and how it's handled in the land of the rizz for the Alpha Zeta Zeta. Now, I'm still new to the rizz. I'm still trying to figure out what that's all about. Perhaps you could walk us through rizz and how it pertains to Valentine's Day.
Well, Steve, can I call you Steve-O to make you a little bit cooler?
I don't think that's going to help, but you're welcome to try.
All right, Steve-O. The problem with rizz that we run into right off the bat is that it's almost a catch-22 type situation. If you got it, you know what it is. But if you don't got it, you don't know what it is. And if you don't know what it is, there's no way you got it. So that's what we're looking at for you outsiders looking in. Austin, would you say we're roughly on the same track there with rizz?
Yeah. You're either kind of born with rizz or you're born without rizz. And Steve, quite frankly, it seems like, well, you were born without it.
I don't think I can even spell it, to be honest with you myself.
RIZZ. There you go, Bob.
Okay, well, there you go. A little spelling lesson too. So for those of us that weren't born with it, don't have it, and never will, I bet Missy probably has it, and I think Turtle probably sat in it once. How does rizz work? Is it like the Force in Star Wars?
Well,
I mean, it's similar to religion as it flows through us in that sense. But it's something that you can't really explain. You have to experience, you know?
let's walk you through a day in the life of someone who got rizzed.
Now, would be a day in the life of Hans Carden.
Well, I am the rizzer, not the rizz-e in this situation.
Okay, so you're gonna tell me how I should respond to it.
Well, no, I'm just going to show you what it looks like.
Okay, well, hey, we like this, you know.
All right. So let's bring it from the perspective of my super attractive, super cool, very smart girlfriend who lives out of state and who none of you would ever meet and doesn't have social media. So I meet her in the city about noon on Saturday. All right. Take her out to a little lunch. All right. A little lunch. You start off small with rizz, okay? Rizz starts and drops. By the end, it's buckets. All right.
So you're missing a Z at the beginning, but you got a couple of extra Z's at the end.
Several Z's at the end. All right. Over lunch, I talk over everything she says. All right. She does not get a word in edgewise. Okay. After lunch, we walk to the park. I walk faster than her, showing her I'm dominant and athletic and would be trustworthy in a survival situation. At the park, I show her videos of me lifting for 4 hours.
It's a lot of
After that, I leave because I have to work out, dude. I know it's Valentine's Day, but like, Austin, you got to work out, right?
Of course. I mean, you think I'm giving up gym time for some woman? Never.
No, absolutely not. Turtle, you ever give up gym time for a woman?
Answer very carefully, Turtle.
You need to go to the gym to keep the woman.
That wasn't a very recent answer, I'm thinking.
All I'm going to say is that the gym is a part of my day that's going to happen, all right? It's gym day is every day. Valentine's Day is only one day out of the year. So I don't see why it's so special. Regardless, I work out 3 hours straight. While I'm lifting, I buy tickets and tell her to Uber to the theater where we will be getting dinner and a show watching Puss in Boots.
The Last Wish.
And we got hot wings.
Wow.
That's rizz.
That sounds like the most wonderful day possible.
Rizz.
Be honest, Steve, have you seen the new Puss in Boots movie? It's phenomenal.
I regret that I have not seen it to this point.
Missy, Turtle, you guys watch?
Yeah, I took my son to go see it.
Missy, what are your thoughts?
I've never seen it.
I thought it was absolutely adorable. I loved it.
But adorable? That was one of the
Yes.
most gut-wrenching films I've ever seen.
Okay.
It tackled many social issues going on in the world right now.
Okay, so
And that's adorable to you?
let's break that down. Exactly what social issues did Puss in Boots tackle specifically?
I don't want to spoil it for you, Steve. You got to go see it.
I'll
But
go
trust
see
me.
it, and I will
I
confirm.
would say one of the social issues was a lack of rizz by the main character.
Is that a social issue, though? I mean, maybe.
That's
Sounds
a
like
social
it.
and cultural issue, Steve. Do you know how many children go without rizz on a daily basis in this world? Billions.
That was very disturbing, him getting that close to the camera with his
Blind to the iniquities that still exist in this great nation, Steve.
And the Riz is here to save us all from ourselves.
Correct.
Missy, when you watched Puss in Boots, The Last Wish,
Yeah.
what social issues did you feel that it tackled most? Did it tackle race? Did it tackle fiscal responsibility? Was it political? Did it tackle the basis of religion? Did he find God? What happened?
I wasn't looking at the movie in that sort of sense, so
I don't think anybody was.
You've got to go back and watch it again.
Rewatch it and you'll and look out for that. And then it's gonna change your life. Genuinely.
Not the first Puss in Boots movie. It's the third one that's going to be the life-changing one. I suppose that's
oh yeah.
because we all know the third part of a saga is always the best part because it's over. Speaking of things being over, you guys have gotten pretty over at Chicago style wrestling. and you've kicked up a ruckus and you've made a fuss and you've tried and kind of have separated yourselves from the pack. And now here you are being rewarded with a golden opportunity to possibly eke your way into the title picture if you somehow make it out of this tag team scramble we got going on Friday.
Yeah, you said golden opportunity.
I did.
Opportunity. You call being in there with damn near every other tag team in the whole company an opportunity?
I
All
most
right.
certainly do.
What if we start the gauntlet match? What if we have to beat 4 other tag teams? All right. I have to lift in the morning on Saturdays.
Well, let me reframe it like this. Let me try to spread a little rizz on it for you. If you start the gauntlet and you somehow find a way to get your hands raised in victory, don't you think that maybe, just maybe, when I unsuspend the hate keepers, that maybe Alpha Zeta Zeta will be the people I put in their way to destroy them?
You talking about the Rizz keepers right now, Steve?
I'm talking about the Rizz keepers versus the gatekeepers in what might be a semi-main event match in March if you somehow win. So I would certainly call that a golden opportunity. And I was recently accused of holding back young talent. So I'm not holding you back. I'm pushing you into the big time.
That puts it in a different light, Steve. I'd like to be the first to say thank you. All right.
Don't thank me. You've earned it, friends. You guys have been kicking ass, and unfortunately, sometimes not at the right times, but you've still been kicking ass, and it's hard to deny you your efforts and your destiny. I think maybe this was supposed to happen, but you're going to have your A game on. I mean, Big Mood is not going to lay down for you. Marco and Mulligan, quite frankly, eat people like you for breakfast. And then we don't know what's
all right. Well, we're gonna pause this little. And Marco
are you asking for a timeout?
Marco and Mulligan eat people like us for breakfast,
Are
right?
Irish
The only thing that
acid
Marco
and
looks
block
like.
peanuts.
Are you asking for a timeout?
I need a second.
We call timeouts on this show. And that's the flag.
When you call a timeout, we bring in Ryan to call timeout, who you will be fighting in that scramble match nonetheless.
Why'd you have to remind us? There's too many teams.
He's always here.
There's too many teams.
He's got a magnificent forehead that will probably find its way on your forehead at some point.
What do you mean by that, Steve?
Headbutts, that's the thing in wrestling, I hear.
Okay. Headbutt. Austin, you know anyone who does that move?
Nope.
I know quite a few people that do that move, actually.
We'll look into that. We'll keep that in mind for the match. We'll keep that in mind.
Keep that in mind. I'm still looking for Rizz, the definition. I'm going to call a timeout. And I am going to bring on the man who I wasn't sure would be here tonight, but he is, and you can see his flyer for IPW in that other window, representing Hot Rod Daddy Andy versus Nick Diamond in a few Sundays from now. The real deal, Rion Skills, has some questions for the Alpha Zeta Zetas. Rion, the floor is yours.
Nope.
Rion?
I sent you questions. You can,
well, now I've got you. Ask them.
So
Nope.
he wants you to do the dirty work.
I mean, I see them. Do you want me to ask them, or would you like to ask them yourself?
Well, hold on, Turtle. It is no different than Travis having you do all of his work from time to time. And as far as I'm concerned, I've already sent you the show, like as far as what needs to be said, because someone has to step up based on what I've been hearing with this entire thing. I'm still trying to figure out, is Rizzo and Rizz are the same thing. I'm still confused. Is Rizzo a thing or is it Rizz? Like how many Z's are in it? Like who does? Like how does that work? Because I'm still trying. You know what? How does
Did you say
lifting
Rizzo
work?
or Lizzo? Because I think those are two very separate things.
You got to remember that I am very old, and Lizzo, Rizzo, and Riz all sound the same to me. So I'm just curious if it's the same thing or if it's not. Like, there's three different scenarios. So which one would it be? Is it Riz? Is it, how many Z's is it Rizzo? Is it Riz? Is it Liz? Like they sound the same to me. So I'm trying to figure out what's what. I guess that's my first question since you don't want to read it, and that's fine.
That's a great question.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Lizzo is a human being who makes music. Riz is more of an emotional feeling. However, we are forgetting about probably the most famous of all the Izzos, and that's Lizzo right here. You can't see; she's in a hot dog bun. It's very funny.
Lizzo.
Lizzo. It's
I don't
Lizzo
think-
in a hot
It's
dog
not
bun.
help- adding more letters to the Lizzo is not helping.
It's very funny.
You understand, Rion, right?
Here we go. Let's see what we're doing now.
I'm trying very much so. So I'm you got to keep in mind I'm out of the loop with a bunch of stuff.
Lizzo.
So I'm trying to keep up with the cool kids.
What do you think the cool kids do, Rion? Tell me what a cool kid looks like to you.
To me,
Mhm.
I don't know. Like someone that like I guess lifts a lot. Someone that when they stand there, like the light shines on them to a point where they cannot be outshined at all. Someone that has the charisma of
Riz.
of Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, and Bugs Bunny, but not having to do all of the goofiness of a Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, or a Bugs Bunny. They just exist in their own essential plane. Someone that you can look from afar and up close and be like, man, I'm just happy to be in your presence. And that's not including any fun things that would take place. I just being in awe of that person or people is my cool kid scenario.
Rion, it seems like you're already pretty familiar with Alpha Zeta Zeta, to tell you the truth.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. That's awesome.
They are Looney Tunes. There's no doubt about that.
That is awesome.
Steve, can you tell that I'm looking at you aggressively through the angle?
Yes, I've seen that look a time or two before.
Yeah.
Rion, ask him your second question because I'd be truly interested to hear the answer to this one.
I don't know what I sent you.
About the lifts.
Oh, hold on. What did I? Who lifts more between the two of them?
Me. It's me.
I don't know who me is. Hold on. I don't know who me is. Hold on. Let me get back on the screen. Who said me? Okay, I found you. Okay. All right. See, technology is not my strong suit. So
Nor mine.
I guess, do I ask the third question, Steve, since you don't want to read shit at all? Or...
I would absolutely do it. Absolutely. Ask that third question.
Okay.
I feel like
Turtle,
alienating the entire power hour tonight, so ask away.
which I don't get why, but that's, I guess, later in the show you can do that.
Captain's prerogative.
Right. Okay. Will the Amazing Turtle challenge these guys if they become tag team champions?
It's a question for Turtle.
Well, if I was an active wrestler in Chicago style wrestling, I think I would if I had a tag partner.
Are you actively wearing
I'll tag
that
with
shirt?
you.
What?
That's amazing.
If
What
I
would you
can't
guys-
have the Riz, I'm going to take it.
What would your guys' team name be?
Team fucking awesome is what that would be.
That's
Whoa, whoa.
CSW is a PG show. You can't be saying that, Steve.
Oh no, we say whatever we want here. I thought
Whoa.
you guys and you kind of chickened out on me a little bit.
Whoa.
Did we not? Do we not remember Jacob Fatu dropping every F-bomb in the world in his match?
That's true.
I think that rule is out the window at this point.
Whoa.
Personally, I believe that we shouldn't be swearing in front of children. Sorry, I'm just a little old school like that. But you know,
Yeah.
Well, that's fair.
Fatu
That is
wants
fair.
to drop F-bombs all of a sudden.
That's fair. That's fair.
I believe
Leon,
in
those were
creating a
terrific questions.
Happy
I guess
environment
so.
for all. Happy and safe. Everyone should be happy and safe.
Thank you. All right. You know, a lot of people sometimes call CSW Christian style wrestling because of our good values.
That's
Well,
fair.
I think it's important to have good values. I just think people should stay off the damn guardrail.
Mm.
That's just my thoughts on the matter. Missy,
Yes.
sorry to bother you. Do you have any questions regarding Riz or regarding Alpha Zeta Zeta, regarding romance? I mean, I think they're here to help us all.
No, I think I'm good. I'm gonna have to come to a Chicago style show though to see if they can walk the talk.
Wow.
Walk.
I have a question. I have a question for Missy. I have a
And I
question
just
have
for
want
an
you to know,
answer,
he did not
maybe?
ask me to read this.
I have a question. Well, I've already given up on that, Steve. You have a completely different agenda in itself. I
I
already know what
actually
that is.
do. Tonight, I actually do have a different agenda. You're right about that.
So I have a question for Missy. While you were watching Puss in Boots, did you notice any Riz in that movie?
Because I was not looking for it, I really can't say, but you know what? I
Okay,
do
that's
have
fair.
to say Puss himself sounds like he is the Eptimone of Riz.
Okay, all right. Then here's my follow up. Do you feel that you achieved Riz after you left the movie?
I'd say so.
All right, cool. All right, I'm gonna go back to doing other stuff. So if you need me, I'm around. I'm always listening, so I'm around.
I appreciate that, Rion. It's nice to know that you're there, even though you're not there. Alpha Zeta Zeta, we like origin stories on this show, and I'd like to know a little bit of the background of not only your charter, but how two people that clearly don't really like each other that much have found a way to become brothers in Riz.
Okay, first of all, Hans is my best friend.
Don't say that. There's people watching. People will watch this. Okay,
But we are.
we're gonna cut.
5 at the most. 5 people at the most will watch this. Maybe 6, depending on the day.
Far too many. All right, we're keeping that out.
I mean, we don't put up those JFW numbers.
Hey, the important thing is we are brothers in Alpha Zeta Zeta. All right,
Got new
right, Austin.
co-host
That's what's important.
to say AZZ on him.
I have a very limited knowledge of fraternities in general because I was never cool enough to be in one. But I'd like to ask you this. My experience in fraternities basically starts and ends at the Revenge of the Nerds. And when I hear about you and when I see you advertised and when I see you toting the championships, I'm always thinking of Lambda, Lambda, Lambda. So I know what they had to go through to get their charter. I'd just like to know how you became the 2023 Tri-Lambs, which is awesome because Poindexter could fucking rock on a violin, man. You're the envy of everybody.
Steve, what the hell are you talking about? What the hell is Revenge of the Nerds?
It's a movie. It's a movie for old people. All right, that's all you gotta know.
I got it.
But
I got it.
But to
I can help you with this.
answer your question, Steve. You're asking about what we had to go through to get our charter. And we can't tell you that information, but I can tell you a lot of stuff we had to go through to keep Alpha Zeta Zeta.
Did you
All right.
have to appeal to Bernie Casey at any time?
Never, we can't discuss that.
Okay.
Regardless, all
If
right.
you did, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, we have been through lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit and lost pretty much all of our assets. There used to be like 600 guys at Alpha Zeta Zeta. Me and Austin are all that's left.
You got to
Right.
call Schultz because I hear he gets results.
Yeah, you know what? We might have called Schultz a couple of times. We might owe Schultz a lot of money that we just don't have if we don't get any new members in the fraternity to pay us dues so we can pay for cool stuff like parties. All right, Steve?
Well, let's make this a drive to get Alpha Zeta Zeta more members. I mean, how do you become?
That's what we've been trying to do. That's what we've been trying to do at CSW. All right, Austin, have we not been trying to do that every time we've been there?
We hand out info flyers every time we're there.
And people fill them out somewhat disrespectfully.
It's like they don't take us seriously.
Wow, that's unfortunate. Oh,
Get that damn face out of here. Get that damn
we got dueling Ryans. We got multiple Ryans here.
riled up. Right
By the
now.
way, Ryan Matthews and company will be taking on Alpha Zeta Zeta. Rian, do you have a question?
I do.
And please
How
ask away.
does one become a pledge for Alpha Zeta Zeta?
Well, first of all, we don't have pledges as we do not haze. We have never hazed. We never will haze because hazing is against the foundations of Alpha Zeta Zeta, and we would never do such horrible things that these other fraternities do.
So
Okay,
anything you think about being a pledge, kind of throw it out the window, all right? We greet you with a handshake, not a hot dog in your orifices.
Okay, that's fair. Then why do you guys wrestle?
Well, it's really quite simple. There's chicks and they pay us money.
Fair enough.
Austin, you think of anything else?
Steve Boz.
Superstar Steve Boz.
Is Steve Boz a member of Alpha Zeta Zeta?
I
Some
would.
theorize. Some theorize.
Turtle, what do you say? Should we pledge Alpha Zeta Zeta?
Well, I was kind of hoping it'd stay a secret, but I am actually a secret member of Alpha Zeta Zeta.
Yeah, Turtle, speaking of your secret membership, have you paid your secret membership dues this semester? Turtle, there's nothing on that TV. We don't have cable. Come on, Turtle. We don't have cable.
The checks in the mail.
Okay, in the mail.
People are still using checks. I mean, don't you have Zelle for Christ's sake?
No, I have PayPal.
Look at that hairline.
I wonder if that's, you have a lot in common with Hans's girlfriend, who apparently doesn't have social media, doesn't have Zelle or any kind of distinguishing features whatsoever.
Except for being awesome.
And an AI probably, but that's neither here nor there. Missy, would you
Yeah.
like to pledge Alpha Zeta Zeta and become a brother?
Good.
Because it sounds like if you're willing to pay, you can get in. I'm seriously considering it because I'm impressed with these guys. I was a little suspicious at first, but I've been watching them. They came on commentary. Here they are tonight doing cool things, and I could do a keg stand.
I mean,
I got money to donate for your cable. I could be a brother. You have somebody on the inside at CSW. Could be a nice, sweet ride.
Perhaps we do a cake stand this Friday before the show starts.
Well, let's go. It's a whole new world. I'm holding people back. I'll do a keg stand. So we know how you started. tell us the secret to Alpha Zeta Zeta. Every fraternity has a secret, something that makes them special.
Well, our lawyers have told us we should not be discussing our secrets, as that could lead to more problems. So Hans, I'm going to let you take this one.
Well, if you want to know about what makes our interpersonal bond in the ring flawless, strong, what leads us to victory over weaker opponents, is our pure animosity towards each other. All right? This guy's my brother. But every day when I'm in the gym lifting, all I'm thinking, bigger than Austin. I'm going to be bigger than Austin. All right. I'm going to be bigger than Austin.
Wait a minute.
I know that
Austin, you do
the
that.
same thing in the gym every day. All right. He wants to be bigger than Hans. Okay.
He might be bigger than Hans.
I'm pretty sure I am. I mean, well, let's be honest. Hans weighs about 248, where I'm 251, so I'm already bigger.
You're taller. It's in the bones.
And more handsome.
Nope, not true.
I mean, there's an argument that could be made.
Okay.
Like
I said, who has a girlfriend?
I tried to look her up on social media. It just didn't work.
I have a girlfriend.
Who's more handsome?
When you see Ryan Matthews, Rian, this might be timeout number 3. Rian, you've never exhausted your timeouts and a half before. Okay, Rian, what's your question? He just wanted to throw Ryan Matthews up there, apparently. When Rian checks in, if he wants a question, we'll...
I'm sorry, I had it muted. That's on me. Technology is something. My apologies. Is there a Franz in... I don't even know if you guys will get that reference, but is there a Franz in Alpha Zeta Zeta?
You got the joke.
Okay, all right. Okay, I was unsure.
That is,
you know how many people come up to me and say, "Hey, Austin, you should change your name to Franz." Every goddamn show we do. You know how insulting that is? Just because Hans has a stupid name means I have to have a stupid name.
Wait,
Hans does not have a stupid name.
Yes, he does. His name is Hans.
I mean, that's all right.
That's almost as dumb as your last name, aren't it?
This is going way south, and that wasn't okay. Well, I guess I'm done with timeout, so you don't have to worry about me anymore. So I'm gonna mute myself. My apologies, fellas.
Pay no attention to the whiz. He is the man behind the curtain that runs everything. Hans, that hit you a little close to home. You've been a little stoic since he brought up Franz. How do you feel about it? If you don't feel good, I apologize. What do you got to say?
If I could invent a time machine and stop the Great Depression or that SNL skit from airing, Franklin Delano Roosevelt will still have a political career if I'm done.
That might be the greatest answer in the history of the show. Wow, you took the long road home, but you nailed it. That's amazing. Man, now I have a question. A very important.
Good. I'm glad.
Do you, Hans and Austin, listen to the JFW podcast?
What the hell's a JFW podcast?
You better tell him. You better tell him, Turtle. You better tell him. God damn it. You better tell him. Them's the rules. Turtle. You better tell him. Tell him, Turtle. You better tell him what to do. You better tell him, Turtle. You better tell him.
From the Hans and Franz thing. So lay it on me. Well, what's this JFW?
Turtle, I believe we have hit a socio-political impasse.
Okay. I can almost accept the fact that you don't listen to the JFW podcast.
We have
What?
better things to listen
You'll listen
to.
to it next week because he's going to run your name through the mud.
But the fact that you don't even know what the JFW podcast is, the both of yous
Oh, here we
can
go.
can go double fuck yourselves.
That's 4 F words essentially. 2 times 2. Austin,
It's funny because it's true. It's funny because it's true.
And god damn it, I threw my notes over there. You got me upset.
Just go get him.
Oh.
Just go get him, Turtle. Just go get him.
Turtle, you got to give us some context. You got to tell Austin and Hans why you. Okay. Oh, wait. Austin is calling a timeout, so we'll bring Ryan Matthews back.
Would this
Say
happen
hi,
to be
Ryan. Hello,
Would this-
Ryan. Look at Ryan. He might be beating you both on Friday. Hi, Ryan. Okay,
all right.
go ahead, Hans.
No
Go ahead,
problem.
Austin.
So would this be the Just Freaking Wrestling podcast that has a total of 42 subscribers on YouTube and the most recent video having 3 views? Is that what we're talking about, Turtle?
Oh my God.
Wow.
Hey, you take that back. I'm one of them views. You take
Take
that
it
back.
back. I'm just giving you the
You
facts.
take that back. I'm one of those views. I'm one of those
You know
views.
what?
You take
Hey.
that back.
It's over.
Hey,
take
you know
that
what?
back.
Because I know my co-host so well, I'm going to let him answer that question on our show next week
Oh Lord.
because I know exactly what he'll say.
Oh Lord.
I already know what the answer is going to be from Travis T, who is my co-host on JFW, Just Freaking Wrestling. So I won't answer that. I will let him, since I said double go fuck yourself already. I'll let him answer the question. But now that means you have to listen next week.
I just want, for the record, Travis has said go fuck yourself to so many people, but nobody, and I mean nobody, has gone back at him with the analytics. That was amazing. Austin fucking goes and pulls up the analytics and says, well, I guess we're not the only ones to fuck ourselves, which I listen every week because he talks about me for a half an hour. And I just want to hear what he says. But the fact that's wow. I mean, we hit a new ground here on the Power Hour. That's something special.
So Steve, apparently you're 1/3 of the views for this week.
I definitely listened this morning. So
I did as well. So we
We have
represent
2/3 here. All right.
It can never be said
56%.
the Power Hour doesn't support JFW. But wow, there's going to be a strong response. There's going to be a strong response. That is going to be almost can't wait to hear what he says. He's going to be mad.
Now I want to borrow that time machine and we'll go to the future just so I can hear him.
What is he gonna be mad about? I just stated the facts. All right.
He doesn't
I
like
think
the
he's
facts.
one
He's a guy that doesn't enjoy. I mean, he likes the facts when they support. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of backstory there. A lot of things. A lot to unpack right there. Missy's staying there in casual deniability, but she knows what's about to happen.
Oh man, I enjoy being a heel so much.
Yeah, it's
God.
starting to be a lifestyle for Rion Skills. Heel with his middle name.
Oh man.
Now let's get back on point. I mean, that was magnificent, and I will love you guys eternally for that scenario. You have a big match Friday, and let's not talk about what could happen when. How does one as a tag team prepare for a situation like this? So many diverse styles. We know Mulligan and Marco are ground and pound guys. They're not going to dazzle you with flash, but they are going to hit you like a freight train in the face. We know
They're all tough fighters. So
we know Big Mood, very charismatic. They have a lot of crazy tools in their belt, and trying to get a handle on Mateo Valentine has stymied many an opponent. And then you've got Beautiful Johnson or Team Beautiful or Team, I don't know what they're going by. I call him Beautiful Johnson because not only is it kind of representative of both of them, but it implies they both have large packages, but that's neither here nor there. Matthews and Jax Johnson are kind of on a roll, so they're going to be difficult. They have very different styles, but together they have made something for themselves. And then you have Team Babushka, which hasn't been together in a minute. Mario's been gone a while, and Schultz has kind of fallen out of favor with that team. So there's a lot going on with that particular match.
What the?
Lot going on in the podcast too.
Well, we got a lot going on. So how do you prepare for a match like that with so many different people?
Well, I think we're probably going to get really drunk. Probably going to stay up really late. Probably forget we have a match. Probably show up 5 minutes before our match and then hope for the best.
Bulletproof.
Bulletproof. Ladies and gentlemen, the man wasn't even supposed to be here today. He has become the Dante of this show. The urban sensation, the one, the only, the legend, C Red. Hello, Red.
What up?
Red, it's great to see you. We've got Alpha Zeta Zeta here. They've talked a lot about the rizz. I think maybe of all the people on the Power Hour, you might be one of the only people that have the rizz. Do you have any questions for the Zeta Zetas? And think about it, between drags on the stick.
Then come back to me.
We'll come back and see.
I need a few drags before I,
Before he gives the he's going to give you the flowers. He always gives the flowers, but and it's Valentine's Day, so I bet he's got a lovely bouquet. How do you prepare for all these damn tag teams? How does Alpha Zeta Zeta win?
How does Alpha Zeta Zeta win?
Yes.
Purely on luck.
Truly,
Oh.
we're not that great of wrestlers, but we can pull it out when we need to sometimes. I mean, hey, and if, ref's looking the other way, a little low blow action, yank of the tights. Well, come on, it's all the same at the end, right?
All right. You know what? I want to talk about that for a minute. That's a funny answer, and that's a very charismatic answer, and I get it. I'll tell you what. I've been watching you guys work at CSW for a while now. And you said we're not great wrestlers, but we'll find a way. And I get that. That's fantastic. But I think the secret here is you are great wrestlers. And I've seen you do amazing things. And I've seen you work your way up from the Futures Royal, and you forced your way onto the main roster. And when you got there, you became a force of nature, and people have to plan for you. So I'm not sure I'm ready to accept, we're not great, but we're going to try. Maybe I don't think that that's true. I think you guys are better than you're letting on here. And I think you've got people fooled. Well, you can't fool the GM.
Well, Steve, there's other fraternities in wrestling. I think you're thinking of one of them because we fucking suck, dude.
I disagree. I wouldn't pledge.
I
Oh, go ahead, Red. Go ahead.
this is one of the few times we gonna agree, Steve. Because first of all, I've been around. I even used to work for CSW. So I know CSW does not just hand out contracts and invitations to join like Tic Tacs. So you two young men are special. Great.
Got rizz.
But you got something. So I seen you guys a months ago, live and in person. And I must say I was impressed. You know, I expected a boatload full of shenanigans. And I actually saw some pretty damn good wrestling. So don't sit up here and shortchange yourself. Again, great, and possibly one day. But right now, you two are very good. And you can hang with anybody. And that's what makes this frat house fandom so interesting, because I've watched other shows, not in person, and I thought they're gonna get their heads knocked off, and that didn't happen. I like you guys, so never shortchange yourself. We don't need Ryan Matthews. Just
Well, Austin's calling a timeout. He's raising his hand, so I'm trying to help him.
I saw Austin. That's why I wrapped it up.
Mr. Red, I just want to say thank you for your kind words. And I was wondering if on Friday, if me and Hans take home a W, if we win this match, would you be comfortable with changing your name to C Rizz?
I would, but as you can see, there's so much stuff that says Red already on it. It's already out there. You know, we wouldn't want to confuse.
Yeah, I think you should. I think you should. I think
She
you
will.
should. I
Hey,
think you should.
I'm
Yeah.
sure you've been quiet all night.
I'm gonna use
Yeah,
that
no, I
so
haven't.
many
No, I
times.
haven't. No, I
I'm writing it
haven't.
down. I'm writing it
I
down.
have not been
C
quiet.
Riz.
I've been here for a while. I have been here for a while, Red. I have been everything but quiet.
Now you want to be vocal. Oh, okay, great. Go ahead.
I mean,
Anyway, Missy, Tubby, hey, how y'all doing? All right.
so let me go ahead and get back to being muted. Y'all have fun.
Missy, you said you wanted to be a part of the Power Hour tonight. Here you are.
Yes.
I want you to ask the Riz brothers some questions. You've got to have something on your mind. I mean, see Riz, the Turtle. I mean, we're having a good time here. They're doing great work here. You've got to have a question for these boys.
It says Red.
I've yet to see these guys, so I'm curious. As somebody who has not seen them in the ring, where can one see your matches?
Well,
See if you really do have the Riz.
there's this small little promotion you may have heard of, or internet service you may have heard of called IWTV. And you see on IWTV, right, Internet Wrestling TV, right, you can see loads of our matches, right, on IWTV, right? IWTV might be one of the greatest internet services of all time, but you got to
So I
remember
go to IWTV and type in the Riz, and all of a sudden you'll pop up.
I don't think it works like that.
I'm pretty sure.
Probably it should. They've adjusted the algorithm.
ALGORIZZUM. Oh my God, that's the name of the episode tonight. ALGORIZZUM. We're doing that. That's happening. Go.
YouTube is also another great resource. Alpha Zeta Zeta in the search bar, or probably just like the tags WRiz, lots of Riz, attractive wrestlers, best
Sexy
looking
muscle
pro
boys.
wrestlers, strongest pro wrestlers. Any of those will find us.
Best hair in pro wrestling. That's more for me than Hans, but
It's fantastic. You guys have tag team gold elsewhere. Talk about that a little bit.
well, we happen to be the Janesville Wrestling Tag Team Champions, as well as the Northland Pro Wrestling Tag Teams Champions. But no big deal.
Man, you're up at Northland?
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I've had some bad experiences in Northland.
We
Of course, you have Steve because you weren't hanging out with us.
I was the GM there for a hot minute, and then me and Nate just didn't see eye to eye. And the franchise Nate, man, that is a power trippy guy. So watch your back at Northland.
Steve, didn't we chug a beer together at Northlands?
I believe we probably did because I'm in my element there. I could be a Zeta Zeta at Northland. I might might even come manage you at Northland someday.
Look at this gold, Steve.
Look at that gold.
Gold. And you see, they even custom made it.
Oh.
They custom made it. That's me. That's Austin right there. You see that?
I do see that.
Yeah, because you see that's a little bit broader in the shoulder and arms. The glutes.
So you are the
along with
Northland Tag Team Champions, and I know Northland's got a show coming up. Who are you guys working at that show? What's the deal?
Well,
that's a very good
we're
question.
always working the crowd. Let me be clear with you, Steve.
Hey,
Well,
Woodstock
I'm
loves
working
the
with
Zetas.
Gordon.
Woodstock is a very Zeta-friendly zone.
Oh, very Zeta friendly. Very Zeta friendly. And, you know, we don't really check that type of stuff. We usually just come to the shows and, hey, whoever it is, oh, we're going to win. We're going to hold on to these, all right? Austin, I think we'll have these championships so long, they're going to need to replace the leather backing on it, all right?
Which is
These
red.
belts will grow old with us. There's no other tag teams up there. Austin, is there another tag team up there?
Oh, no.
No. Frankly, we can use this podcast, maybe this will get 8 views on YouTube, as an open invitation to any tag team that wants to come to Northland Pro.
I mean, you'll get a few more than 8. We do more than 8. We do more than 8 on YouTube. We do.
So you're a little bigger than
We
Turtles.
doubled the JFW.
I feel pretty confident that we'll have more than 8 views. Turtle, you work at Northland. Why don't you wrestle these guys for the tag titles?
Don't even try.
Hey, I haven't worked at Northland in a long time, but I am still associated with a monster up in Northland.
Oh, that's right. You're Metalhead's manager. I forgot about that. What if Metalhead and Turtle teamed up to take on the Rizz brothers?
Imagine that.
That'd be a hell of a match. Be a hell of a match. All right. So right now is the time where we're going to go over the CSW card. We're going to make our picks, and we're going to have Alpha Zeta Zeta make the picks with us. And I'm going to keep track this time because Cactus got pretty angry with me the last time I didn't make the picks and I didn't list it. And I'll send it to her when we're done. So let's start with the scramble match. We got a big scramble match this Friday night. The Boz puts his Metro title on the line against Joey Mayberry, Chris Miller, Cody James, and that dog-faced bastard, Greg Murray. Who do we think wins this match? And I want to start with C-Red.
You already know who I'm going with, bro.
Are you going with the B to the
It
O?
feels so good. I feel so fine. It's an oven in here, brother.
See Riz.
The oven in here, brother.
C-Riz is taking the B-O-Z. Turtle.
I'm going with Cody James.
We got
That's
that.
not a bad pick. That's
Excuse me.
that's
Missy, I don't know how much knowledge you have of CSW, but I've given you 5 names. Who are you thinking?
Cody James.
Oh, we got another vote for Cody. That's 2
Yeah.
for Cody. Let us go to Rizz brother number 1, Hans Carden.
BOZ all day. When that Metro title is on the line, that man's unstoppable.
That might be true. And to Rizz bro 2, Austin.
Well, if you really look at everybody in that match and you really sit back, you consider everything they bring to the table, right? You know, Miller, he's a brawler, right? He drinks beers, he kills careers. He's a tough guy, right? Cody James, some would say just as tough as Chris Miller, right? I mean, like the only difference is that like Cody's bald, dog-faced bastard, probably he's got some chompers on him. Joey Mayberry is also there, but you really got to consider who's been there the longest, who's got the skill, who's got the Rizz, right? And little known fact, another nickname for the BOZ is actually the RIZ. So I'm going to go with Steve Boz.
All right, so we've got 3 votes for the BOZ. Rion, if you're still there, do you have a vote?
Sorry, technology. I was muted. My apologies. I'll go with the what is it? Gremlin guy.
And Rion is going with the dog-faced bastard. Thank you, Rion. So we've got no votes for Miller. We got 2 votes for Cody James, 3 votes for the BOZ, and 1 vote for the dog-faced bastard. My vote is this. I'm here to tell you that this Friday night in Franklin Park, it is the beginning of the dad bod demigod era. And the new Metro champion will be Joey Mayberry. How do you like that?
Why are you speaking so confidently? The show hasn't happened yet.
Hey, I just know. I got a feeling for these things. Moving on. We have got a match between a monster and a sociopath. It is Cypher, who is free, or is he, of Heather Reckless, versus Doom Montgomery, someone that the Rizz brothers know very well. Who wins this match? And I'm going to start with Hans Carden.
Doom, all day. He's a
That's
different,
a mile away.
different breed.
And I'm going to go right over to Austin.
Doom, all the way. He's an unstoppable madman. He does not quit. He does not go down. You could shoot him and no sell it, bro. That man, it's unbeatable.
He choked out Eddie, and I thought Eddie was going to die for a moment. He spun the wheel. He knew what he was getting into, but that was hard to watch. Turtle, you know all the players in this game. Who you taking, the monster or the maniac?
I've been in the ring with both of them, and I'm gonna go with Doom because he's truly a maniac.
God, that's unbelievable. Missy, I don't know how much you know, but I gave you 2 names. Pick one.
Cypher.
Woo! I saw Missy looks like a Cypher guy, so I kind of get that. C Red, Che Rojo, as Gran Blanco calls you.
Oh, that's an easy one, Cypher. And here's why. I watched the last show. Cypher is unhinged without guidance. He's about to go into a match with nobody. There's nobody to tell him what he can and can't do. Nobody. He's not under anybody's command. It's like a rabid pit bull, and you just cut the leash off and just let him go. Cypher, everybody's picking Doom, but you're the GM, right?
That's what I hear.
And you do commentary, right?
I also heard that as well.
You might want to move the commentary table to the parking lot.
No, we've moved the commentary table. I can't even find it half the time now.
I'm just saying that's how much carnage I see happening in this thing. You might want to move the table to the outside because you might not want to be nowhere around. I wouldn't want you to get caught in the middle, Steve. I love you. It's Valentine's Day.
You do love me? You do?
Yes, Steve, I love you. Okay.
You do? Get the fuck out of here. You do?
Next match, Steve.
Next match. All right.
Rion, who you got?
Cypher, next match.
I am also picking Cypher simply because Heather Reckless isn't there. Or is she? Next match. The Gatekeeper. Well, he's not the Gatekeeper anymore, but he's still pretty fucking cool. Adam Stallion taking on CJ Esparza in what I think is going to be a very interesting matchup. The high flyer versus a man that can do just about anything, including eat turtle chips. Turtle, since he eats your chips, who do you think?
I'm going with CJ.
Missy, do you like a Dope King or do you like a Stallion?
I'm gonna go with the Dope King.
And Missy goes with Esparza. And I'm gonna go to Hans MFN Carden?
Adam the Stallion.
Sounds like Hans has inside information. And over to Austin.
So you're gonna ask me who's gonna win between some old guy and the gatekeeper of women's wrestling? Obviously, Adam Stallion is gonna win.
Listen, don't think I forgot for a minute what you guys did to me on commentary during his match versus Shalance Royale, who was on this show last week and was a delight.
He should be the women's champion. He beat Shalance, the OVW women's champion. It only makes sense that he would now be the OVW women's champion.
That is not true.
Whatever.
So you're picking the gatekeeper.
Of course.
Turtle. Did you
You
already
already
pick?
got me.
You already
Yeah.
picked them.
See Red.
CJ.
Red is going with his Dreamwave brethren. And Rion, if technology has not gotten the better of you,
I'm sorry. Who were the choices again?
it is Adam Stallion, the gatekeeper of CSW, who fought Shalance Royale very effectively a few months back, versus CJ Esparza, one half of the Dope Kings and one of the highest flyers in the game, formerly one half of Zero Gravity.
CJ.
And for the record, Zero Gravity would beat Alpha Zeta Zeta. Sorry, boys. Don't get up. Don't get up.
I
Just
have a
say-
question. Was Zero Gravity ever the Janesville Wrestling Tag Team Champions?
I'm not sure, but
Were they ever the Northland Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions?
I don't believe Northland was around at that time.
So why
But
do you
they-
feel like they could beat us?
Because
But they were the
Brett Althea
AAW Tag Team
and
Champions.
CJ Esparza are the damn truth. Worst day of my life is when that tag team splintered and went away.
Okay. Next match.
I'm going to go with Adam Stallion. I love CJ Esparza, but Adam Stallion has been on quite a roll of late. Let's go to Vic Capri. We all agree that Vic Capri is a legend, a god in this business, right? Is that fair? He is
Okay.
fighting a newcomer to CSW, but not a newcomer in wrestling. That is JJ Garrett, who has fought Vic Capri in the past and has done bad things to Vic Capri. Well, it is happening now, Friday night. Capri Garrett. Start with C Red.
Capri.
Now, wait, that was quick. Garrett has beaten him before.
Don't care.
Red doesn't care.
Don't care.
Missy. Vic Capri is an icon. He's the ice pick. But Garrett has beaten him in the past.
Ice pick all the way.
Missy is going with the ice pick because she has loyalty to Joliet like no other. Turtle.
Any other day, I go with Capri. But since he just lost the Dreamwave Heavyweight title, I'm going with Garrett.
Ooh, the turtle is picking Garrett. And let's go with Austin Adams.
Well, quite frankly, I don't know who JJ Garrett is, so I'm going with Vic Capri.
That's a coward's way out. And Carden, I'm sure you're doing the same thing.
Speaking of a coward's way out, I regularly face that man Vic Capri in locker rooms, and he looks like the Punisher. So I'm picking Vic Capri.
I'm going to give you that because that's fair. Rion.
Before I answer this, I have a question for you, Steve.
Okay.
Are you happy?
I'm sorry, what?
Are you happy?
Am I happy? Well, there are layers to happiness, Rion, and I appreciate you asking about my happiness. And we'll get to that a little bit later. But what about Vic Capri and JJ Garrett? You've been in the business a long time. You know these men. What do you think?
Vic Capri, been in the ring with them before he had all the tattoos. Vic Capri. But here now, it's never been Vic Capri.
Rion going with Vic Capri. I'm going with Vic Capri too, because it's hard to pick against a legend. Then we move on to a very interesting match. Shelly, the bombshell, versus Camille Brickhouse, NWA Women's Champion, versus AEW superstar Sky Blue, and what might be the match of the night. Let us start with Hans Carton.
I used to lift at a gym called Brick House. Camille by a million.
So Hans is Brickhouse bound. And Austin, we'll go over to you since you're the other half of the Rizz.
I mean, Sky was like the women's champion for like 5 years, right? So I'm gonna go with Sky.
And Hans, and this is the one time that the Rizz brothers, these Zetas, do not see eye to eye. Turtle, I'm just gonna put you down for Sky because I know you're not.
No,
What?
I am not picking Sky.
What?
As somebody who's an underdog for life, I'm going with Shelly. I believe this is going to give her the nudge she needs to get the CSW Women's Championship.
Wow, that is a bold prediction indeed. Missy, these are three major players in women's wrestling. What do you think?
I'm going to agree with Turtle. I'm going with Shelly.
Wow, we got a lot of Shelly love on this show. That's pretty impressive. See, Red, you have seen it all. You have done it all. You have been there for it all. This is a big match. This is a match that most people are going to pay $60 to see at the Allstate Arena. What say you?
This match thrown out.
So you're not picking a winner.
There won't be a winner. This match, something is going to happen. This match will be thrown out.
Wow.
And I'm not going to say what I'm thinking, but if I'm thinking what I'm thinking, which I am thinking, it'll be thrown out.
Are you thinking that the women's champion might have something to say in this match? Is that
I'm
what
not saying that. Just keep going. Rihanna's next. That's
Are
all
you
I'm
thinking Sierra is going to come out of the woodwork? Is that what you're thinking?
I'm saying Rihanna's next.
Are you thinking, well, okay. Rion, what do you got?
I agree, Red.
Well, that is something. I am going to say this. Franklin Park, CSW, that area, that promotion, that building, that night belongs to Sky Blue. That is her house. Doesn't matter what Sierra does. Sky Blue defends her house and wins. Moving on. Marche Rocket versus New Japan Pro Wrestling and star across the board Blake Christian. That is a match that should cost you, again, $60 to see on a Monday, Wednesday, or a Friday night. Since Marche's in it, I got to start with C Red because once a toucha, always a toucha. Marche is up against a big challenge. No guarantee, Red. What do you got?
All day, baby. All day.
Turtle.
I'm going with Marche.
Missy.
Who else all day?
Wow. And let's move over to Zeta 2. That would be Austin Adams.
Why am I Zeta 2?
Because Card Zeta 1, he said so.
All day, motherfucker.
Oh, well, got Austin going. Card Zeta 1.
When picking the winner of this match, I figured whose name goes better with Rizz? And it's Blake Rizz who's going to be picking up the dub.
The first vote for Blake Christian. Rion.
Yeah.
Share, Blake. Rocket versus Lakers. You in the you want Blake? Is that what you said? Wow. Big Christian. I feel like it's good to pick against Mark in Park, so I will go with all day as well. Then we move into the men's title, or not the men's, but the PSW title match. Axel Rico champion, TJ challenger. Since I've been back everybody that I haven't given. Well, here we are. This is opportunity. Who wins this match? TJ Steele, Axel Rico. Let's go with Rion Skills. It'll win.
Damn it, Rico.
Rion picks Rico because they are. Oh, let's move on to Missy.
I'm going with Rico.
Missy likes the champion.
I'm going with TJ.
Got our first TJ vote from Turtle, who apparently also feels been holding people back. Moving on to Zeta 1, that would be Hans Carton.
Yeah, Mr. Steele has arms the size of Rico's waist. New champ.
Got a new champ according to these. Well, new, Mr. Adams.
You know, I mean, TJ really just has that dog in him, or that lion in him. So I have to go TJ.
Alpha Zeta Zeta united in their support of TJ. See Red, the Alpha Lion TJ Steele versus W reigning champ. What do you think? I think you're muted, Red.
My bad. Rico. Rico impressed me last month. Stood toe to toe with a giant. So, Rico.
All right, so we have 3 votes for Steele, 3 votes for Rico. So my vote is the deciding factor. And I'm going with Rico. Simply because TJ Steele handled things the wrong way. And there's always a price, I've been told. That's what happens this Friday night at Franklin Park. And we have one more match to discuss. It is the tag scramble match. You got Marco and Mullen. You've got Big Move, Matthews and Johnson, aka Johnson, Team Pushka, and the Brotherhood of Alpha Zeta Zeta. Red, who wins Scramble and possibly gets a shot at the Hate Keepers next week?
You're muted again.
Marco and Mulligan.
Red picks Marco and Mulligan. Turtle.
I think it's going to be Alpha Zeta Zeta that loses to Big Mood
Oh,
in the end.
He worked me. I was down Alpha Zeta Zeta. He worked me. Now I got to cross it off. He got me. He got me. So Turtle picking Big Mood. Missy, you've heard the patents. What say you?
What are the teams again?
It is Big Mood, which is Jack Moody and Mateo Valentine, versus Mark Anthony and Sean Mulligan, the Irish Car Bomb, versus Ryan Matthews and Jax Johnson, aka Big Johnson, versus Team Babushka, which is Eric Schultz and Mario Pardua, the most electrifying pole man in wrestling, versus Austin and Hans, Alpha Zeta Zeta.
I'll go with the mood.
Oh, that's 2 votes for Big Mood. Rion.
Said Alpha Zeta Zeta. Don't worry.
He said that. He said AZZ.
You can text it because I can't hear you.
Of course you did, because something you don't like.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, he said it. Alpha Zeta Zeta. He said it.
Say Alpha Zeta.
He said it.
Right. I think he said Alpha Zeta Zeta because he wants to be part of it. Okay. So we've got 1 vote for Marco and Mulligan, 2 votes for Big Mood, 1 vote for Alpha Zeta Zeta. Let's go to Hans Carden. Would be shocked if I didn't know the answer of the next 2.
Want to just mark me down? You're going to make me waste my precious breath that could be spent spitting rizz at baddies?
I
AZZ.
want to know why. I know you're going to pick yourself because it would be idiotic. But I want to know why.
It's the only thing people can seem to talk about. We just have more rizz.
That's a fair statement. Austin Adams, I'm you down for to say this as well, but
Can I explain my reasoning at least?
I would like to know why.
Is
Well-
rizzening?
Reasoning. Well, if you think about it, there are 5 teams in this gauntlet match, right? Right, and we're all shooting for a chance at the tag team championship, right?
Yeah.
But of these 5 tag teams, how many of them are currently a tag team champion?
That
And I
is-
think Paul forgot about that.
well, there it is. We've got 2 votes, 1 vote for Marco and Mulligan, and 3 votes for Alpha Zeta Zeta. You and Hans himself, which brings it to me. Who could win this match? Moody and Mayo are on a roll like they've never been before. Marco and Mulligan, they seem to get it done. Matthews have made some progress about what they're going to do. And Team Babush, unpredictable. Ryan Matthews' face says the winner of this match is Alpha Zeta. You guys have been given the opportunity to do something big, and I think it's going to take advantage. So I think Alpha Zeta wins this match and moves on to bigger and better opportunities. So there you go. This Friday night, kids, Franklin Park, PSW presents Wild at Heart. And you'll get to see the Northland champions there doing what they do best. Will they get an opportunity to get the Hate Keepers in March? I guess you'll have to come and find out. I want to say to the Alpha Zeta Zeta Boys, you guys have been spectacular guests, and we appreciate what you brought to the show. Red, give me your impression of these guys. You've seen them a couple of times now. Your thoughts.
They still young in the game. But they are a good tag team. The difference is, I picked who I picked for the scramble only because the hard-nosed veterans, came up in the business with them. So, but let's be honest, outside of CSW, they aren't tagging too often. Big move. I don't see tagging often. The Rizz brothers, as they call themselves, they are tagging all the time. You don't see one without the other. And that, that is a huge benefit. So they just need to keep this momentum going. I wouldn't be shocked if Friday, as I'm watching the screen and see them go over, I wouldn't be shocked. They are a good looking tag team, and I know people are like, hey, I don't want to have to look at somebody while I'm watching TV. So they have learned each other's rhythm. They have learned each other's motion in the ring, and that makes for a very good, if not dangerous, tag team. So not just CSW, but any company that allows them to come in should be wary that these two guys just aren't two guys thrown together. These guys are actual tag team tandem. They're young, they're hungry. So I see 2023 being a huge year for the Rizz brothers. So they've got it. Pop your collars, put them up, stand them up, boys. You have all the Rizz and then some. So
See Red knows his stuff. Over 20 years in this business. He says Alpha Zeta Zeta has all the Rizz, kind of making the brothers of destruction in a way. That's what's next for Alpha Zeta Zeta? Where do you see this thing going?
Well, it's not going anywhere without any more people joining, that's for sure. We do need money still, so if we can get make sure we have something attached to the show with our membership form, that would be awesome. But there's really only one direction for Alpha Zeta Zeta. Austin, let them know.
Straight down. We are really struggling right now. I mean, up. There's nothing holding us back. We got this AZZ for a million years.
Million years. Turtle, any final questions for the Rizz, for the brothers of Rizzstruction?
No, I'm just gonna say good luck Friday and good luck to your future. I see a bright future.
And God help you if Turtle referees your match.
Oh yeah, especially after earlier. You made me throw my notes.
Did make Missy, any final thoughts, questions, or comments on so much Rizz? I mean, there's a lot of Rizz here.
A lot of Rizz. It's drizzling Rizz for Rizzle.
Rizz, for sure.
No, I just want to wish them luck and make the match worth me doing the IWTV subscription.
IWTV.
IWTV.
TV.
Rion Skill, final thought.
Careful out there. Try to be careful out there. Can you hear me?
You're in an airplane.
Hold on.
I'm sorry, a Rizz plane.
Hear me? Is that better?
Yes,
Yes.
Okay. Be safe out there. I don't know what else to say other than be safe, because if one person is saying that you guys are down and you're saying there's nothing but looking up, I just feel like that's a conflict of interest, and you cannot have a conflict of interest while you're wrestling, because that's how you end up dealing with blind tags and kicks to the nuts and all those sorts of things. So be careful out there. because there's people that'll just do that randomly. So just be safe.
Strong words from Leo Rian, who knows a thing or two about shots. I'll say this. CSW is better off when Alpha Zeta Zeta is there, and this will be one element with you guys in this match. And if you come to commentary, I hope you don't just keep walking. I don't need the risk. I got stand. I got all the risk I can handle.
Okay, Steve. We'll leave you alone at commentary.
I'm not sure if Riz has something. You can catch these guys at Franklin Park, Alpha, Austin, Adam. You can Bill White, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. We're going to talk a bit roller derby in a couple. You can stay if you want, but if you're done with us and you want to go do other things, you are free to move about the universe. We'll see you Friday night.
Alpha Zeta Zeta out.
And the Zetas are taking that opportunity to get in the dodge. Goodbye, Alpha Zeta Zeta. We love you. And Austin, well, no, they're out. Okay. So we've got a few things to do before we go. I want to read something from Rian that was sent to me, and I was told to read it. So I will do it because that's what I was told to do by my boss.
Oh.
I'll read it. I don't want to read it. I will. General manager of Rocket Pro Wrestling, Damian State, says, why, Rian, why? I understand his frustration. When I came in, I was the only referee who stepped up to talent. I was the only ref who would get nose to nose. I was the only ref to refuse to be intimidated. My first season at Rocket Pro Wrestling, they had me reffing interview contests where Rian's skills did musical chairs or pie eating contest. I did what I had to, not just to save myself, but to save the company. He is doing what he feels he needs. So, Rian, you have the support of the general manager, which I don't know what that means, but it must mean something, right?
I guess so.
How do you feel?
What do you mean?
I mean, he went through his own experiences, which seem to mirror yours. You feel like the general manager feels like you're justified in your action.
Is this where we start talking as far as like Rocket Pro in a work scenario or a shoot scenario?
You can work or shoot whatever you want.
Well, I just want to make sure we're on the same page. I don't want to be called a bitch again. So I'm just trying to make sure that everything is okay first. No, I know. I'm just trying to make sure we're all on the same page because I felt like this is just something that doesn't need to be addressed, but I guess because we're already here, that's fine. Damian Saint has sent that statement not just to me personally, but he's also posted it on social media. So this is not the first time that I've seen it. As far as how I feel about it, he's not wrong because a lot of the times I did what was asked of me, as I've explained earlier. I was Cupid. I was competing in musical chairs and pie eating contests. I was doing all the things that was asked of me for the company to help it grow. All of those are true. You could actually go on to the Rocket Pro YouTube page and see that. As a matter of fact, when I was doing these things, Missy was a fan. Her and Timmy Too Sweet were fans.
I was actually just started with Rocket Pro for the Christmas stuff.
Right. Like you guys were on the other side of the fence right around the time that stuff was going down. But yeah, so I've done that for a while. I don't know what you want me to say about it other than he's speaking the truth. I mean, what else? What else does it need to be said? I don't know.
Well, I think there are people that don't feel that Damian Train has the best interest of the locker room heart, but
That could be the same to be said about you and everyone on this panel. We can literally go down everyone's path on here and say the same thing about everyone on
those best interests at heart.
But it's the same thing as far as having people's best interests at heart on the show. I mean, it's just a matter of perspective. If we're going to go down this path, we can, but it's just a matter of how far down you want to go.
Well, hey, if you want to go down, I'll go down it with you if you've got something on your mind.
I don't. That's just it. I don't have it because I've seen the statement. That's my point. I've seen it. I talked to him directly.
If you got something to say, I'm ready to hear it.
No, I don't. I don't have anything to say because I've already talked.
Because it kind of sounds like you do.
No, it doesn't. I'm being dead serious. I don't. I get what you're trying to do, and this is why. This is exactly why we don't. There are multiple people on this show. How about you ask them about the statement? There are multiple people there. Ask Turtle how he feels about this statement. Ask Missy. Ask C-Red. See, how do they feel about what was said?
Okay. Red, how do you feel?
I mean, I took it for what it was. General manager says he understands where we are coming from. So, I mean, you can't knock one for saying he's been there, more or less. He's been there, he's done that. So he understands. And I guess in the perfect world, you want your boss to understand how you feel. So that's it.
Red is taking the high road. It's great. Turtle, what do you think?
I mean, I've been there too. I've done stuff. I know what it's like, but I still don't need to kick somebody in the balls for it. Especially someone who, say, looked up to you. I mean, and on JFW, on this week's show, I recanted the bitch statement.
You did.
And like, as far as calling you a bitch, but to kick somebody in the balls for no reason is a bitch move.
My counterpoint is at least I was able to find them, unlike Travis when he decided to go back and have you do his dirty work when it came to dealing with Shelly. We can go down this road if you want to, but I'm not sure if you guys are ready for it. You have your own deals that you have to like handle when it comes to the ass boys throwing out analytics. That's going to be an entire thing in itself. I could just ramble on about stuff that doesn't make any sense, but at the same time, it does make sense. But I'm not even sure if we're like, are we shooting? Are we working? What are we doing here? What exactly are we? Because I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure what's happening, and that's why I'm like, Steve, what are you trying to accomplish with this deal? Because of everything that's going. No, Missy, how do you feel? How do you feel about this?
There's two different ways I feel. As a fan's perspective, I was very hurt to see the way that you turned on Maximus. However, in a business sense, I definitely see that you are looking out for number one, and that's you, and making sure that you make the right moves for where you need to go and to achieve your goals.
Did you get what you need out of that, Steve?
I don't need anything out of it. You answered the question. I didn't.
I didn't answer anything. I'm just saying stuff. Is everybody good? Is everybody good?
I'm wondering how you feel about that answer.
I guess I'm good. I guess. Is everybody okay? Is everybody okay with the answers that they gave? Everybody's good?
I think we're good.
All right.
All right.
Let's talk
Why
about
not?
roller derby.
Turtle, JFW podcast has got a lot of stuff to talk about after this show. Not only do Travis unpack everything Alpha Zeta Zeta did, but Rion said and Rion in earnest. And then today on the show, you are somehow going to get the audience with the clean SW and answer a question. I would just like to say, don't.
Can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
You were breaking up a bit.
Am I breaking up now?
No. Try moving back a bit. Now ask.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
A little bit better.
Okay.
Yes.
If you or Queen of CW and answer that question.
I'm gonna
I would
as
like
much as
to do it.
you would like me to do it.
I would like you to not do it.
Well, I'm a man of my word, and I'm going to go with the deal, and I'm going to ask the question. But at least this time, it won't be me giving the statement if the answer is not what Travis is looking for.
I'm not going to be what Travis is looking for. That much is absolutely certain. We've got a big bout happening this Saturday in Homewood. I know Misty has been there. I know Reed has been there. I'm hoping Red will get to at some. But the Chicago Knockout return to Homewood to have big. Now, last month we had Michigan, and that was. But this is the episode of the Knockout. Comic book defending champion put their title on the line as they begin the season versus Punk Rock. And as you can see, Rion's quick getting that advertisement on his screen as he often does. This is a big match. A lot of your fans are going to be there. She passed her physical and is not too sure. Hopefully, we'll be Saturday night. And of course, you have Win, like a boss, a bikini, and hopefully be well to compete. There are so many great competitors. You've got Inner Juice. You've got Chevy Chase. You have got. They're just so many fantastic at roller derby, and that's the big show this Saturday night, but at the Knockout Dome. Misty, you have seen knockouts before, correct?
Actually, no, this will be my first time.
You know, I Wrestle League Homewood. So
Yeah, Wrestle League, Chicagoland, yeah.
that's planning coming Saturday night to see knockout action.
I was asked to photograph.
Oh, so
So
you got to work.
yeah.
We'll miss you, but eventually you'll get there, and you will love what you see.
No. I was asked to photograph the knockouts.
Oh, so are you working Saturday night?
I will be there to take pictures of the ladies.
Look at that. Take action photography is everywhere.
Oh, working on it.
Turtle, you have no excuses.
I know, and I'm gonna try my hardest to get there. I really wanted to check it out.
Try your hardest. Try. You aren't showing. You can go to ARW and be Little Mr. Interviewer, but you can't come to knockouts, huh?
Hey, I gotta do what I gotta do, but I do want to check out a knockout show.
You bring your AFW podcast fast knockouts.
That could be the plan.
Come up at 60, do your jam business up there. We'll take you through. He ain't coming. He ain't coming.
All right. Let me just ask this question. Missy, you hear what I hear, right?
A little
Whenever
bit,
he
yeah.
when he
Yeah.
talks,
It's been
right?
there for a while. It's been there for
Okay.
a while.
Yeah.
So on your end, Steve, you're getting all kinds of feedback when you talk.
I think that's real.
No, because even with Rion on mute, it's coming from you.
Rion just
Yeah, I've been on mute most of the time, and like I'm on mute right now.
I hear some weird voices, but I don't take control of them.
You keep going in and out.
I think that everyone should start checking their microphones, but that's just me.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Turtle, can you hear me?
Now I can.
So I don't know what
Better.
I changed nothing.
Maybe I was the culprit with my headset.
Aha! So Missy has sabotaged the power hour. Did Damien send you here?
Yes, yes.
Damn him. I knew it, that son of a bitch. Cactus is not here to talk roller derby. Rion, I know you have been a big supporter of roller derby. What say you about this epic matchup Saturday night?
I don't say anything because I don't know the actual lineup. I know that the comic book crushers are defending champions, but I'm not sure who's on what team now because they had that all-star game last bout. You were there at the last show. Speak on it.
Well, I'm not looking for you to talk about the matchups. I'm looking for you to talk about the knockouts in general, just the overall experience, because I think if people understand that the experience is just so electric, then I think people will want to come to it. And I think all they need is to do it one time and they'll be sold.
Agreed, 100%. I feel like everyone that's on this panel, if they haven't already been there, should at least check it out once. If you like wrestling, which I know all of you do, you will love Derby. I feel like you should at least give it a shot because it is very, very well done. It is very, very fun. And that's coming from me. Like, it's awesome. I mean, I don't know what else to say. You just come to one of the bouts. It's amazing. I can't do it justice. This is where Cactus would step in or Steve would step in, but he wants me to say stuff. So I'd much rather you just say it instead of just fucking putting me on the spot knowing I've already quit. This is why I've already fucking quit, because I feel like you should go ahead and just no timeout. You should just do the thing. You literally do the announcing for the show.
Yeah.
And yet somehow you want me to speak on it. I wasn't there. Just speak.
I just like to hear opinions. And
How about Turtle? Ask Turtle his opinion on something. He's been sitting there. I've been watching his face the entire time. He just wants to be involved. It's a full circle moment for him. How about you ask him some questions about the dirt or just explain how Derby works to him? Like,
right, tell us what you know about the Derby.
Other than what I've seen on TV back when I was a kid, I don't know much. I just know it's hard hitting and those ladies are really ruthless. And I'm not talking Rock and Rivera either.
well, did you see them at IPW?
Yeah.
Imagine that, but on a track with all of them being in skates. And there's many more of them around.
Going fast, very, very fast.
See, you think, yeah. And what they were wearing there is pretty much what they wear out in the Derby. But it's much safer because now they have the pads on and everything. And they have no problem hitting anyone, including you if you get on the track.
Don't
You
get out.
don't want that.
I plan on staying away from that track.
Yeah, as you should. You should come out. You should come and check it out. Missy's already going to be there. C-Raid is 50-50.
Rion might be.
Yeah, I might be. You don't know. I just show up to things. I don't even tell anybody anymore. I just randomly show up.
Kane and Kung Fu.
You just look up and there's Rion.
It just works out.
Is C-Red gone or is C-Red still here?
Oh, C-Red is muted and his face is gone. Hey, there he is. Yeah. Yeah.
C-Red, you got anything nice to say about the roller derby? Because we're trying to pick up the slack with Cactus Rex celebrating Hazel's birthday.
Come to the show. Be there. Be there. Be there. Maybe even I'll be there.
Which reminds me, while it's in my head, when Hazel does see this, happy birthday. Because I don't think you'll see it today because it's like 8:30.
It's
and
late.
you probably have to go to bed at a certain point because this will get released at like 11:30 at night or some shit. So Hazel, happy birthday.
Let's sing.
Happy birthday whenever you see it.
Sing to Hazel. Ready?
No, I'm not singing. You do it by yourself.
Here we go. A one, a two, a three. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday
Fast
to
To
you.
you.
Happy
Happy birthday to you.
happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday to Hazel.
What the hell is happening? Stop.
We are so
Stop,
on
Hazel.
stage.
You can fast forward through this,
Now let's
Hazel.
all do
You
the
can fast
wave.
forward through this whole shit.
Let's all do
This
the
whole
wave.
shit.
Let's all do the wave.
Oh, we sure know how to mess things up. It
You'll
wouldn't be
never
the
see it
power
again.
hour.
You'll never see it again.
Never
You'll
see it.
never see it again.
Wave is gone forever. Forever. All right. We want to thank Alpha Zeta Zeta for being on this show tonight. Want to thank the Turtle for stepping up and guest hosting tonight along with Missy Sweaters. We appreciate you guys coming on.
It's Sweeters.
Is it Sweeters?
Yeah.
I
Bad,
didn't know that.
bad, Steve.
For all this-
Bad.
Well, my name gets pronounced everywhere I go. So
Well,
Missy Sweeters
thank you.
coming on the Power Hour tonight, even though I mispronounced your name. Red, thank you for coming. We appreciate you and love you always.
Really? You love me?
I have to.
Steve love you too?
Oh, there he is. I love you, Red. Happy Valentine's Day. BFFs forever. Oh, he's rocking the air. Turtle wants to get in the air seat so badly. Rion.
Hey, I love everybody. Red is all about love. So, Missy, happy Valentine's Day.
Happy
To you
Valentine's
three,
Day.
Ugly mugs. No. So, to all our female listeners and fans in Cactus, all the women out there, happy Valentine's Day. I hope you got what you deserve. But if you ain't that one, let me just say this. Hey, if you celebrating tomorrow, you know your role. Just saying. Don't cause chaos.
That's what happens though. That is the master of love, and we're glad he's here. Rion, thank you for being part of the show tonight. We appreciate you coming off your quitting and working with us tonight. Thank you.
Yep.
So we got next week on this show.
Next week is gonna be off the fucking chain.
Yeah, next
Oh
week,
my God.
next week is gonna be some shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not even letting him introduce. Ladies and gentlemen, on our show
Next week.
next Tuesday, it will be the one, the only, the crazy genius of the LWF. And now he has a new product that's coming out called, what is it called, Steve? What is it called? Hurry up.
Of the Super Wrestlers.
Yeah. None other Billy Whack.
Billy
Oh my God.
on this show.
The stories. First of all, if you got kids, don't let them listen next week.
Nah, nobody. No,
I
don't.
got stories, and I don't want. Well, my kids are grown. I don't need that. So, but ladies and gentlemen, tune in next week.
Yeah, Red
Billy
Light.
Whack, I'm sure, has years and years worth of information, and I mean, I really want to know how he came up with this new idea. And oh my God, I've been there in the past. I saw what it could be. The night of the Super Wrestler. Oh my God. I can't even, my mind can't, and it's a lot of mind right there. See, it's a lot of mind. So, Billy Whack, next Tuesday on the 21st of February, 2023. Be here. Listen, watch, whatever you got to do. Get a tin can with some string. Don't matter.
Red's right. Listen to Red here. Billy Whack on this show next week. It's going to be and Night of the Super Wrestlers. If you haven't gotten your tickets, get them. I got mine. I'm going. You have to go because what he's got planned that night is other level shit. It's wrestling like you've never seen it before, and I can't miss it. I'm going to sit there in the audience and just be like, "God damn, did I just see that?" Billy Whack never disappoints, and he won't disappoint next week on this show. We want to send special thoughts out to Billy, who's dealing with a pet that is in distress, and we all know how hard that can be. So, Billy, we hope your little friend is doing much better, and we're thinking about you tonight. But next week, hopefully, we'll be talking to you, and we'll get Night of the Super Wrestlers. Give it the love that it deserves. On behalf of Urban Sensation, on behalf of the Real Deal Rion Skills, on behalf of the Amazing Turtle, on behalf of the photo genius known as Miss Sweeters, I'm Steve, Cactus Rack for Life. We'll see you next week on the Power Hour.
Hey, man.
Thanks to Alpha Zeta Zeta.
Hey.
Yeah.
RIP the plug, too.
Say it.
RIP the plug, too.
All right.
So, plug, too. Rest in peace, bro. It's been a rough year already.
On that note, Power Hour's out. We'll see you next Tuesday night. Good night, everybody.